Without further ado, let me give the floor to Dr. Guang Yang to give a presentation on strategies for controlling COVID-19 in Taiwan. Dr. Yang, you have the floor.
Welcome to all the participants. This is the first session of this seminar. I would like to talk about the government strategy for controlling the COVID-19 in Taiwan. First, we can see this is the most recent confirmed cases in COVID-19 in the world. And we can the whole we can separate it. We can divide it into 3 stages. The first stage is before the Wuhan lockdown. There's only sporadic cases in here, and the second stage is after the outbreak of China. And then the disease spread to the neighboring countries and the whole world. And we can also see the Taiwan situation. This is the first stage of the first stage. You know, the Taiwan is very close to China. We are very alert to what happens there, especially related to the medical events because of the SARS epidemics since 2003. So in the first stage, there's a sporadic case, but our government has already get the alert and have put the COVID-19 to put on the list of the notifiable disease. That was on January 15th. And then when the first import case identified in Taiwan, the government has activated the Central Epidemic Command Center. Since then, the import case continued, and we would have started a home quarantine program for the travelers from Wuhan. However, you know, the patient get more and more from Guangdong, from Zhejiang, and then the whole arriving passengers from China will be put on the program as well. And as you know, when the patient is get increased, there is no doubt we'll have locally acquired patients too. So our government will have changed the policies according to the clinical evidence and experience from the SARS, and we'll give a rolling adjustment to about our strategies. After the outbreak from the South Korea, then the surveillance has extended to almost every passengers from outside Taiwan. And then finally, it goes to the Italian, to the Iran, and to the all other countries. And our alert will be the whole world. Now, every passengers from outside Taiwan will be put on the home quarantine program and need to stay at home for 14 days. And this is also the we can see this is our center epidemic command center framework. The commander will be the Minister of the Department of Health and Welfare. There's also a deputy commander from the Department of Interior. Under this structure, there's many collaborator departments who are some are responsible for the intelligence sections for epidemic, some are responsible for the operational sections like border control, community epidemic monitoring, and the healthcare response, and others for logistics section about the resources management for the research and development group and the information management. And so for the operational structures, in the end of 2019, there's already have some information about the miscellaneous pneumonia in China, especially in Wuhan. In this year, January 20th, the first import patient was identified. Then our command center start to level 3. That means we are all activated, including our hospital in Taiwan, as alert that something happened. And when the first locally acquired patient has been identified, we have upgraded the command center to level 2. The commander has shipped to the Ministry of the Department of Health and Welfare. And in the February 27th, this is the day that South Korea had an outbreak. And we know that when we go to the whole world, then the command center upgrade to level 1. All the collaborated departments should be awareness of this and should be do their best to prevent the disease further transmission. In Taiwan, we have a Communicable Disease Control Act. That means all the medical professionals should report any suspected patient with possible communicable disease to our Taiwan CDC. In January 15th, even before the first patient had been identified in Taiwan, our CDC has already classified COVID-19 as a category 5 communicable disease. That means this category is usually the emerging or emerging disease and should be reported to the CDC within 24 hours. Next will be talk about some prevention strategies from our government. There are 6 categories. The first about the surveillance and the laboratory diagnosis. For surveillance, the most important is the case definition. The case definition is always changing. It's based on the clinical evidence. So the government was using a rolling adjustment to change the case definition. It makes our medical professionals have a hard time because every 1 or 2 days the definition will be changed. And then when the disease patient comes to our community, the government started community surveillance. Now the symptoms have changed. The travel and the contact history were no longer the main goal to search. And in addition, for the capacity of a laboratory diagnosis, for more and more patients have been suspected and need to take a test, we have increased our reference lab from 12 to 37. And the test capacity have been increased from about 500 daily to about 4,000 daily. Another important issue is the border control. We have reinforced our TOCC history for all the arriving passengers. Initially, the travel and the contact history is very important. However, when the disease progresses to the communities, we have asked all the passengers came to Taiwan should have their health declaration and the home quarantine noticed. And during the last 2 months, we have even developed an entry quarantine system to make sure that every passengers who have been notified about that they need to be quarantined. For control, community transmissions, our government has made a decision that anyone who has contact with the confirmed patient or came from the high-risk country should be quarantined at home for 14 days. During this period, our government even launched an electronic security monitoring system to check the location of the people subject to home quarantine by using the GPS on their mobile phones. But this is only for the quarantine period. And we need a locked place for quarantine. It's not only in the So we also encourage the hotelier to offer their to offer their empty room because they are lack of guests to be a quarantine hotel. The government will have given a subsidy of $1,000 per day. $1,000. For a patient with for a person with home quarantine program, if they have any medical need, we also have a medical plan. They can call a special hotline, and the Department of Health will arrange a special cab, send them to the special hospital or special doctor can take care of their healthcare problem. As for the medical system response and preparedness, the hospital will be certified. The local hospital will take care of the mild care cases, and the regional hospital center will take care for the severe patients. Also, based on the SARS experience, we will arrange the traffic control in the hospital to divide the contaminated and clean zone, and we will set up the checkpoint over the hand washing facilities. The patient in the hospital need to transport to another section for examination or any checkup. We will set up we will reroute their way to avoid in-hospital transmissions, and the patient will be grouping in a restricted area. About the stockpile and the allocation PPE and other medical supplies, the government has already taken control of all the PPE supplies and distributions to ensure the hospital and the medical personnel will have enough PPE. And we also have taken make an inventory about the ventilator, ECMOs, for preparing for severe patients if they need. Last, for health education and the fight disinformations, the command center gave a daily press briefing through the television, radio, poster, and even with the Facebook, Line, Twitter, let our people know what's happening right now, make the whole things transparent, and also there's many rumors during this period. So our governor will collaborate with the police department, investigation bureau, to fight for the rumors, to release our people's anxiety. This is the example for the health education, teach our people how to wash their hands, how to wear the masks, and the cough manual, and also have to explain what's happening with and what is the rumor, and also teach our people how to use the diluted bleach and alcohol to clean our environment. That's what we do in the past few months, either from government's require or between from SARS. I believe my colleague will give you more detail about what happened in the real world in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yang.